What's up, guys? Star here, and the other day I uploaded a video. It was Tier 6 light tank gameplay, and basically it was you just show a friend of mine what to do when you're top tier in a light tank. Well, he messaged me later and was like, "Hey man, what about when you're bottom tier in a light tank?" Which most of the time you are because you're a light tank, and these things happen. And really, that's when you need the most information or whatever about what to do. And today, I took the T37 out again for a spin, and I got the map Tundra. It's not a fantastic light tank map, especially when you're bottom tier, but I'm going to show you how to manage and perform somewhat well in it. So at the beginning of the match, I look, of course we're on the north side, I look, they have a bunch of heavy things. Chances are they're going to go the 1-2 line, and they're not going to have anything go to the hill. So I instantly think, okay, let's go to the hill. Alright. Now, when I go to the hill, I expect a Cromwell, Type 64. That's about it, pretty much. Maybe a random KV-85 or a Thunderbolt or Hellcat, maybe, But for the most part, heavy tanks play here. One or two medium tanks here, maybe a light tank. Light tank get up here, spot things, so we know what's, the other team knows what's coming there. They take the hill. So right here, I'm going to show you. I am going to the hill. Hill, I can see cap, my cap, spot that, spot the center. I can spot this, spot their cap, You could pretty much, you own from the 4 or 5 line over, so you split the map in half. And it's really a good spot if you know how to play it well. So, as you can see what I did, Hellcat, T28, Tiger P, VK, those things are following me. Slower tanks. Most people just skip right up here and get this. And the problem with doing that is tanks that are here will get a shot into you here. 1 or 2, depends on if they get a fast reload or not. So, because I was alone and I wasn't going to the hill, with someone, I knew if I went there, I would get focused out and definitely at least 2 shots. And you don't want that when you're a light tank. You have the lowest hit points in the game, other than artillery, but we don't talk about that. So I instantly run to this rock, and from here, you can spot this whole area, and you're doing what they're doing. If you look on the mini-map, you can see a line of my line of fire. This gap, which is right here, I can pull out a little bit, get a shot there, shoot him again about here. Or shoot them here, and if they're a slower tank, shoot them here. So I'm the guy getting those shots, and I just let them have this and wait for my backup. So I do that. I sit, I spot, and I sit and wait for something to jump up the hill so I can hit it, maybe track it, maybe the Hellcat, help out. So the Hellcat does. He just runs up to a rock, spots the tank. He spots a Leo, and I knew Cromwell is faster than a Leo, Type 64 is faster than a Leo. They would have been up there first. Got a random ass heavy tank there. And so what I do here, I look. They have a KV-2, an IS-2, and a Leo. It says 2 Tier 7s, 1 heavy tank, and then a KV-2 here. That is also obviously a heavy tank with a big ass gun. So what I do, I pull to the edge, and my spotting range is up to here. I should have spotted anything that's back there. But if you look, light tank here, like I said, is spot here. Luckily our guys went behind there. And they probably won't get spotted. That guy and that guy and that guy was probably spotted. Maybe they Tiger 2. They have all 3. That platoon is just YOLOing our cap. And I'm about to show you why it's a good thing that these guys didn't push the hill and I actually got the hill. So if you notice, we have a Leo down here. He can pop up here, get some cap resets. KV-85 can always turn back, but I loaded some gold rounds. APCR, 160 pin. That's enough for a tier 8 tank if you get a good shot on them. So I just popped some shots into the T34. None of them pinned. I'm just doing my best to try and reset cap. And when you're a light tank, that's really all you can do is do your best, try to assist the team. Like I said earlier, light tanks are team assisters. That's what you do. You assist the team where you're needed. And especially when you're bottom tier, this is what you do. luckily my team, they obviously saw, three tier rates YOLO down the middle. So I realized I can't do anything with those guys. So I start shooting at their light tank, trying to get him out so he's not a pest later on in the game. Still had high explosive loaded, and boom, 196 damage to that Type 64. So look, IS-3A has his rear showing, and so I start dumping APCR rounds into his rear end. And, it doesn't matter if I'm doing 100 damage or if I'm not doing any damage. When someone's getting shot, it messes with them mentally. And that's really what light tanks are about, is messing with people mentally. When you have someone running around you, shooting constantly, they're a threat. And they can always be a threat. They're annoying. If they're not pinning you now, they could pin you later. And that's what light tanks do. So that's what I'm doing right now. It's just pinging and pinging and pinging these guys as much as I can, trying to get their top tier heavy tanks out of the game. And at first, it looked like we was going to lose. It looked like they was going to cap out. But now, look, IS-3A, T-34B, and then Defender at 1%. Boom, he's gone. So, I see T-215-2 out in the open. I get shot by the Type 64, immediately back up. And I back up just enough where the Type 64 can't get a shot on me, but I can keep shooting this Thunderbolt. Right there. It's a perfect sweet spot. And I just keep whittling him down as much as I can. So I start blind firing the bush where the Type 64 is. And what you do as a light tank in bottom tiers, your goal is to spot people, obviously, but get the other light tank and small tier people out of the game. You can't 1v1 with an IS-3, so 1v1 with another Type 64 or another Cromwell. You do what you shoot at what you can pin, but it's also still helping the team. You try to get your damage, your assisted damage, all that stuff, and still, do your due. Just keep doing that. That's what and I'm blind fire here. Looks like a hit. And T-25-2, I don't know what he was doing. And if you look, I'm going for the tracks. It doesn't matter if I don't get damage. Track them for other people. And boom, already does that. And I still get the assisted damage for it. No harm done, So, now if you look, we're winning. Still got to get rid of this. Hopefully I can get those two guys out, and we pretty much have that side of the map. We have this area 1 and 3-on-2. We should win that. And my team has done a really great job of just holding these guys and not allowing them to push. That's, good teamwork there. And I just keep blind firing in there. Hopefully, I can get the light tank out. So I spotted the Leo down below. K85 comes around, and a lot of people, a lot of light tank players say, hey, lean down here, start shooting this guy. No, don't do that. You're a light tank. Do not focus on damage. There's no point. Like, why? You're a light tank. Assisted damage is your goal. Winning the game is your goal. If other people can shoot him, or he's not doing any harm right now, don't lose hit points trying to do damage. It would be stupid if I leaned over here, shot through Leo, got 2 shells in him, and then, one shell, after 1 shell, he would aim at me, and the Type 64 would shoot me once, Leo would shoot me once, I would be dead, I'm out of the game. Boom, we're down a light tank. And as you can see, the K85 is doing perfectly fine with dealing with him. And boom, already. They always say never sit still on a light tank, and I guess that's why. I'm obviously a menace for the team, and already saw an easy shell. I was spotted, easy target. So I realized, okay, Artie can hit me there. I can't do anything here. I'm not doing anything. Type 64 is not gonna get respotted. He's out of my view range, and his camo is just too good for that, and I couldn't do anything with the Leo. So I was staying spotted for no reason, not doing anything. So I came over, started to try and deal with that. I realized Type 64 got spotted again, and those guys are kind of too slow to deal with him, and he's shooting Tiger 2 in the back. So, boom, take the light tank out. And, you know, at this point, I have, what, 1500 damage. It's whatever. You know, I just start, you know, I'm waiting. You know, we have an IS-2 who's almost dead, and Artie. And I don't want to rush at IS-2 yet. I'm a one-shot. So, IS-2 shot, and I go. Boom. You know, I just start driving around him, use my speed against his, and boom, get another shot. 1600 damage. Sweet. Bottom tier. Still doing as much damage as a tier 7 or a tier 8 would. And now it's just Artie hunting. And I knew the Artie was over here because when I was on the hill, he had a shot, and that would be, you know, pretty much the only way to shoot me there. So yeah, that's that game. And here are the battle results. 1800 damage, because I had a couple blind shots on that Type 64 that actually hit. Killed him all the way down, actually. 3 critical hits. And on the team score, 1, 2, 3, 4. Top 4 in damage. You know, look at that. And look at their team. Their light tank was top on their team. You know, you could still perform really well even though you don't have a gun. And I made money. You know, even with premium account, I made money. So, would have only made 4,000 because I did a mission. But still, you make money if you have, you know, reserves and going. And if you don't make money, I would have lost a little bit. Okay? Not a big deal because, well, one, I got a first class and 5,000 experience. And if that's what you're doing is grinding your tanks, 5,000 experience really isn't bad. And that's 1,000 base experience. So if you don't have a ×2 or premium account reserves going, all that good stuff, you still post up 1,000 experience, and that could, you know, 10 battles like that, boom, you got your next tank at tier 6. You know? But, you know, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you learn a little more how to play your light tank at bottom tier, you know? And it's not hard. You might have to dab the 2 key every now and then, but Confederate, first class, 5,000 experience, I think it's worth it.